Greetings, family. This is Leah, Salmon, the Naturally You coach. And I just wanted to share something with you today. I've been quite thoughtful today. I got the flyers through for the Naturally You Day on Sunday, the 11th of June. And as soon as we got them, we went down to the building that we're having the event in, the Unity Centre in Church Road, to put a whole heap of money on that building to secure it for the day. And then I started putting flyers for the event in the West Indian food shops and hair shops and stuff like that. And I've moved away from West London I think 12 years ago, roughly. And even though I'm far from there now, like I don't live there, I don't see what happens all the time, I do still go and visit my family that are there, and go there for events sometimes and stuff like that. And I'm on social media, so I know everything that's happening there. I know about all the stabbings and the shootings and the gang violence, and whether it is real gang violence or not, but the violence that's affecting our children on the streets, and then subsequently affecting our families, and ultimately affecting our whole community worldwide. That the violence that's happening and the children that we're losing aren't just affecting that area. It's not just affecting that family. Of course, our hearts pour out to the families of those who are lost, but it's a global pain that's happening. It's something that we're all seeing and experiencing, and it's easy when there's so much violence to feel despair and to feel desperate to find a solution. And when you can't find a solution, like you can't physically go and pick the youths up and put them in a building somewhere and give them a good talking to and pat them down, make sure they're not packing, they're not walking with a borer. Like when you can't physically do something, it's easy to start feeling numb or feeling like you're just over it, like you're just tired of hearing it. And one of the sayings that I've been hearing quite often is that action is the antidote to despair. And when I do feel desperate and feel in despair about the situation with our young people, especially from Northwest, because that's where I grew up, and I always feel kind of nostalgic when I walk through there. Action being the antidote to despair, I want to take action, and I don't always know how. However, at the beginning of this year, my focus with the work that I do shifted to just black women. And it shifted to just black women. Before, I just wanted to help everyone. Throughout my whole career, I just wanted to help anyone that wanted to be naturally healthy. I was just there for you. But at the beginning of the year, I had this real urge to want to just focus on one group of people. And it just came through so clearly that one group of people that I want to help is black women. And yeah, it's a little bit emotional talking about this, actually. I didn't think this was going to be emotional, but let's hope I don't start bawling. And I couldn't even put into words why it was that I really wanted to help black women. And it's something I've been thinking about over the last few days. And I feel uncomfortable. Like when I started my work, generally it was because I had experienced something. I had experienced a challenge with my health, and when I sought help for it, I was abandoned, I felt, by the medical industry and pushed to the side and forgotten. And I didn't want that to be anybody else's experience. I didn't want anyone else to feel that. So I wanted to be the one that could provide a solution, a natural solution for people who were experiencing health problems and didn't want to go to conventional medicine and wanted to try something natural and didn't want to feel like they were being ignored or told that they weren't feeling what they're feeling because someone's tests didn't come up as being positive. I wanted to help people in that way, and so I wanted to help people in that way generally. But I think with my sisters, I have an affinity to black women, like, because I'm a black woman and I kind of see all other black women as my sisters, which is why I'll call everyone sis. Like I may not even know you. I will at some point very soon call you sis, unless I can feel that you maybe don't like that, or you don't like me, or there's some energy that's blocking that. I will happily call everyone sis. And to know that my sisters are out there and they're experiencing health problems, life struggle, emotional, mental, spiritual imbalances that are affecting their ability to be the goddesses that they are. I want to be the one that can help them do that. And the goal that I set at the beginning of the year was to help 10,000 black women to improve their health in the next 3 years, using healthy eating and personal development and natural remedies. And when I do think about what our children are experiencing, it kind of clicked to me that even if I can't be the one that's physically on the street, because there's some brilliant initiatives, like we've got the parents and the adults that are outside our children's schools in Northwest, making sure as much as they can that violence doesn't kick off, and if it does kick off, that they're there. But just their presence being there is a brilliant beginning of an antidote, just to let the children know, say that we're actually looking at them and we can see what they're doing, and we want to be there to help. And for the children who aren't involved in it but are scared for their lives because of it, it's a brilliant initiative, but not all of us can do that. And I certainly, right now, I'm not in a position to do that. But one thing that I can do is help the mothers, because all the children that are doing these kind of things, the vast majority of them have got mothers. And I know for a fact that it's easy when a child misbehaves to just blanket sweep blame the parent. And it frustrates me so much when parents are just labelled bad parents, when you don't know what's going on in the lives of a lot of the parents. You don't know the dynamic of a lot of the households that these children are coming out of. And I feel that if I can do something, if I can make any impact on the lives of the mothers of these children that are going to school and that are causing the problems and that have these challenges themselves that they then take out on the world, if I can support the mothers and empower the mothers through, and it might sound like silly or fluffy or whatever, but if I can empower the mothers to take back control of their lives through healthy eating and personal development and meditation and positive affirmations and those kind of things, I can't imagine that it's not going to have a positive impact on their family, on their ability to connect and communicate with their children. Because some mothers are having a difficult time communicating with themselves. They don't even know why they're struggling in life. And so it makes it difficult for them to connect and communicate with their children. And again, we've got initiatives out there like Mind the Gap, which highlights the fact that there is a gap between children and their parents. And when that gap narrows and when parents are able to start connecting with their children, they can start understanding the challenges their children are going through so that they can be in a better position to support their children, so their children don't go out there and be blighters that the rest of us have got to deal with. So I feel that, again, I know it sounds like fluffy and woo-woo and all that kind of stuff, but I just can't help but feel that supporting mothers, black mothers in particular, is not going to have a humongous impact. And if it's not going to have a humongous impact now, if we can just start the process of rebuilding and empowering young ladies, the ones that are going to have the children of tomorrow, the ones that, and some of the parents right now of the children that are growing up now, if we can strengthen the mothers, we can strengthen the household, we can strengthen the family, we can strengthen the young people coming out of that family, and we can strengthen them to the point where they feel that they can handle situations without resorting to certain things. They're strong to the point that they know that they don't have to say yes to everything, and they can say no to certain things. If they feel uncomfortable in certain situations and having to do certain things, there's not just one life that's laid out for them. They don't have to just follow the path they see everybody else following. They don't have to listen to this foolishness that's coming out in the flipping music. And they don't have to do that. They can be stronger. And as a mother myself, I know, and I've heard this before, the thermostat of your house, it can very much be dependent on your mum, on the woman of the house. If the mum's upset, if the mum's angry, if the mum's miserable, the whole house gonna feel it. If the mum's happy, if the mum's empowered, if the mum's feeling good about herself, the whole family feels it. I could go on and on and on, but I'm gonna wrap it up here. I hope what I've said resonates with some of you, that if you comment below, let me know how you're feeling, let me know how you're thinking, let me know how you think we can support our mothers who are the ones raising our children, and the fathers that are supporting our children. Let's comment below, let's make this a discussion, let's do something about this actively without feeling that despair and that feeling like we can't do anything. This has been Leah, Salmon, the Natural You Coach. Thank you so much for listening. Take care and stay healthy.